All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got Waka Flocka. Waka Flocka and walking out on the Fresh and Fit podcast, and I've seen this on circle around through YouTube. So this is gonna be my first time on actually reviewing this. I recorded, but I didn't listen to the whole conversation and stuff, right? So we're gonna go ahead and review this real quick, and I want to hear y'all perspective about it, and of course, I'm gonna give mine too. So without further ado, let's go review this real quick, see what's going on. What's the debacle about?
Through there's complex PTSD, which has occurred over a long period of time, and then there's PTSD. The way you tackle PTSD is through talk therapy. When you go through complex PTSD, you have to go through EMDR therapy.
Hold on. How about we just say people are stupid?
Yes.
How about that? Like, bro, like, yo, we got to get away from like giving people, outs for being retarded. Like, if I'm saying,
Yo, hold up. Man, say if looks could kill y'all, hold up, y'all, hold up. I don't know if y'all caught Waka look at that fool looking. Hold up. Look how Waka is looking. Waka like, man, what the hell? Waka looking like, man, I know this fool Mari didn't say that. But yeah, let's run it again, y'all. Let's go.
Through there's complex PTSD, which has occurred over a long period of time, and then there's PTSD. The way you tackle PTSD is through talk therapy. When you go through complex PTSD, you have to go through EMDR therapy.
hold on. How about we just say people are stupid?
Yes.
How about that? Like, bro, like, yo, we got to get away from like giving people, outs for being retarded. Like, if I'm saying facts about men and women are physically different and men are physically superior to women, it's just like, well, not really. Show me the studies. Like, we got to go back to telling people they're stupid. The only reason she was able to come on the pod and say the ridiculous things she was saying with her dumbass friend is because we don't tell people they're stupid anymore. We need to go back to bullying people, letting them know, no, that's not really how the world works. You sound dumb. Change your way of thinking. But we don't bully people no more and tell them they're dumb. We need to go back to doing that. We live in a very pussified society where everyone thinks what they say is valid.
I agree. I preach
And that's
that all the
ridiculous.
time. I agree with that.
That's what I was saying before.
I'm sorry, I disagree, bro. I don't
disagree.
All right, let me explain this to y'all. Okay, what Myron did was a simple bait and switch. Okay, now I could give it to Myron. Throughout my time of watching the Fresh and Fit podcast, I can give it to Myron. Myron knows how to debate people. Okay. He knows different debatable techniques, one of which is what I'm talking about right now, which is the bait and switch technique. Those of you who are on YouTube or YouTube content creators, y'all would call this technique trolling. Okay, but it's one and the same where you'll just say something so outrageous where it would trigger that person. Okay. And that's the whole purpose of the beta switch. Is to say something real outrageous was going to automatically trigger that person to automatically disagree with you. Then from that point, you technically got that person. Once again, at that point, you technically got that person because now that person is responding back on their feelings and emotions instead of logic and reasoning. Mari did this purposely because Myron knew that by him saying that it was going to trigger Waka. He knew that. So that's why he said it the way he said it. All right. So let's hear what Waka got to say about it. But I already know that Waka more likely going to be in his emotions about this. But go ahead.
We need to tell people they're stupid.
I'm gonna be honest, nigga. I'm a real nigga, right? And I would never make a woman.
Well, why do street dudes always say that too? Why they always say, "Well, I'm a real nigga"? Why you got to say that? Like by you putting this disclaimer is going to help with your argument. Who cares if you're a real nigga, a street nigga, a hood nigga? Who cares about that? It doesn't matter. Especially on a podcast. Who cares about that? But let's go.
Well, fuck
100%.
what you say.
Hold some
King,
space.
I'm respecting you on your show. Nigga, that's wrong.
That
I
is
disagree.
wrong.
Of course, because you got an opinion. I'm a real nigga.
Okay, that's cool.
I'm telling you right now, I don't give a fuck what she said. I'm different from you. I would have never let her get a butt skin. I would have just, if I feel like you a clown, I'm gonna give you the circus. Then I'm gonna throw a lion on stage with you. Matter of fact, we gonna sell popcorn because we can make it all merch. But he's right. And he's wrong for a fact because there's a whole group of other men that don't feel like that. But he right. That's the way men in the past used to think. But like everything else, you got to transition. You have to evolve with your opinions. Some women go too far with that shit, and that's why I got my man on ice like it, because women is pulling. Oh no, men make us feel sexy. Men, nah, that's bullshit. Some of that shit, I'm telling you, it's bullshit to the popular demand. You get what I'm trying to say? Some people use these quotes and shit to their advantage to make money or to advance in their career. I'm just saying though, but
I disagree. I think when people say things that are stupid, they need to be called out, man or woman.
I agree. If you say stupid shit, you did.
That's my thing. Facts. You got to call out stupidity, even if it's a man or a woman, because the thing is that we live in a world nowadays where we're scared to correct women and tell them that was dumb. You probably shouldn't say that, and it is what it is. Then they get on a platform and embarrass themselves in front of 30,000 people. So my thing is, I think both genders need to be held accountable regardless. So
there's different ways of turning.
Okay. All right. So let me translate what Waka was saying. All right. And I don't know. I know that this dude is way more intelligent than what he's portraying right now with all this street lingo and trying to speak abundance and stuff like that. I know this dude is way more intelligent than this. Okay. For him to have an intelligent, civilized conversation. This is like another reason why, you know what I'm saying, I per se don't respect rappers, right? It's because some of these rappers don't know how to turn this street mode off and on. They feel like that they have to be this mode all the time for their audience, and they don't want to show their audience how intelligent they really are. Like, say, for example, with, let's say Future, for example. Future, he'll speak, you know, this certain street lingo depending on who he's interacting with. But at the same time, he know how to turn it off and have a civilized conversation. Same thing with Drake. Same thing with Little John. All these different type of you know, these type of rappers they know how to turn it off and on so they can have a civilized conversation so people can understand what they're saying. So they can articulate what they're saying better. Okay. So I was listening intently to what Waka was saying. So basically what Waka was talking about was that he was disagreeing with Myron for the simple fact that what he said was disrespectful. So he wasn't disagreeing with the overall premises of the point that Myron was making. He was disagreeing with the intent behind it. That's basically what he was saying. But instead of Waka stopping and asking Myra, like, okay, well, what do you mean by this? Clarify what you're saying to me so I could understand it. And I could want to formulate my opinion about it. Instead of him saying that, he did exactly what Myra wanted him to do, which was a beta switch to allow Waka to respond on his feelings and emotion. I hate to call Waka this, but Waka was being a beta male in the situation. Responding with his feelings and his emotions instead of using logic and reasoning. Now, Myron came back and rebutted him and stuff right like, well, I disagree with you. And this time, Myron had gave the reason why he said it. The reason why Myron put it in that way, first of all, is because of the beta switch, but also he said it in that way because he wanted people, men and women, to be held accountable for the stuff that they say. Because he's saying that we living in a more, and I say this on my show too, on my podcast before too, we're living in a more of a cancel culture society now, where it's becoming the social norm where you can't say this certain thing anymore without repercussions behind it. You have to be more soft and gentle with people. If you don't be soft and gentle instead of being blunt, then you're going to be labeled as a misogynist, you're going to be labeled as sexist, and all these other things. You're going to be labeled as inconsiderate, all these other things. And this is one of the points that a lot of women said about the late Kevin Samuel as well, too. That he wasn't soft and gentle. Okay, so that's basically what Myron was saying in that particular situation, that we need to get out of this being all this soft and gentle and trying to be nice with people and just be bold and say it. One thing about my father when he was living, right, my father was very blunt in what he said. He didn't sugarcoat nothing. If you effed up, he gonna tell you that you effed up. And to be honest with you, I am the same as Zach way. Where if I see something going on, I'm gonna tell you straight up how it is. Like, nah, that ain't what that is, bro. Nah, I'm not gonna try to bait and switch people unless we're debating. But we just having a regular conversation, and I see that you doing some stuff. I'm gonna tell you straight up, yeah, yeah, that ain't what that is, bro, or lady. So let's continue.
Somebody they're stupid or making someone's opinion
You don't have to butt.
valid.
Oh no, she came on first.
And that's what they
So she
say.
got a show, pretty much. So,
Yeah, I mean,
that's what it is.
But I mean, here's the thing, and I was being very patient listening to her her points, but she didn't make any valid points. I mean, you said that she made a valid point. I'm still trying to.
No, like varying between women, like she was basically saying like it shouldn't matter between men and women about body counts. That's all she was saying.
And it
That's the only
shouldn't.
thing. Yeah.
Okay, but we don't operate on what should and could.
But she's gone now, so it don't even matter.
So like, and that's the point I was trying to make earlier. Like, why is it that men aren't accepted, right, on certain things? But if a guy says, well, we don't accept women for this, it's like, oh, it shouldn't be that way. Like, y'all aren't going to accept a dude that's 5'3" and broke and lives with his mom. Why should we accept a hoe?
Y'all wouldn't accept a girl that's 300 pounds.
Exactly.
The reality is a girl that's 300 pounds still has more options than even an attractive man.
Facts. Look at Tinder.
That's the truth.
They're horny.
Women are accepted no matter how they behave. Men are not. So if a guy puts just like maybe one, prerequisite.
And real quick, you could just tell by Waka's his body language that he's in full disagreement on Myron of what they're saying. He's in total disagreement with them. I wouldn't be a bit surprised at this particular moment. Waka probably was texting this PR saying like, "Man, I ain't feeling this at all. Stuff. I'm figuring this dip." I wouldn't be a bit surprised if that was what was happening right now.
To be in a relationship, okay, I don't want a girl that's a hoe. Oh, that's misogynistic. Is it really though?
But what if he's a hoe?
Men are hoe makers. Women are the hoes.
But then how are you the hoe, right? How is your past being a hoe? And how come you don't want a hoe, like a girl that's a hoe, but your
okay,
girl...
let me ask you this. Are men and women the same?
No.
Okay, we're different, right?
Yeah. But what does a body count have to do
Yeah,
with
Waka
women
ain't feeling
and
this
different?
at all.
I'm getting there logically.
You're sticking it into her and she's allowing you to. So how is that a difference?
Is it easier for a woman to get laid or a man to get laid?
I think it's both.
No, it's
Incorrect.
easier for
a woman.
Incorrect.
Yeah.
I just said earlier, 1 in 3 men is a virgin or hasn't had sex from 18 to 30.
So
Women don't
are
have that
women.
problem.
There's women that are virgins.
Hold on, real quick.
By choice.
Hey man, this love, man. I got it.
No worries, bro.
I Waka.
It's great.
Thanks for coming, bro. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
IG.
Bye.
Hey, body
Yeah,
count,
Waka
man,
said,
hey,
"Forget
fuck
this."
Flocka walking
that.
out.
These girls don't want no hoes.
All right, bro.
I fuck.
Appreciate it, bro.
All right, man. Take it easy.
Scoot over. You know.
And that's that. And that's that, y'all. So, how y'all feel about this particular situation with this interaction between Myron and Waka? Do you agree with Waka's perspective about this conversation, or do you agree with Myron? Do you agree with me? Or do you disagree with it? Or do you agree, whatever the case may be? But y'all let me know in the comments. All right? We'll see y'all again on the next episode.